All right, let's talk about this thing. My DVD player quit working in my Suburban, and I tried doing a replacement unit, and it just didn't work, so I sent it back. So I decided I'd change the flip down screen instead. I picked these because this one, a guy had a hack on how to solder into an audio out port that's built onto the board, but not actually on the side of the machine. So I ordered this thinking I could follow his guide, which is in the reviews. You guys can see it. But it was completely different. I opened this unit up. It had a totally different circuit board in it with the two pins were not there. And then I could not get the backlight to work at all. Would not. Occasionally when I just barely could see the logo start up when I get this thing fired up, and then nothing. I look closer at the board and you can see in the pictures, but they had this random wire soldered to some pin under the board that did nothing. I don't understand it. It was part of the backlight pins. So I unsoldered it, put it back where it should be, soldered it back in, and boom, backlight works. I don't know who's building these things, but it's sad. But then the audio out problem still remained. So I got this fixed, so at least it's working. But I did see there was 4 pins that said speaker with a really small connector. I did not have it. So I, with the horrible soldering equipment I had, put 2 pieces of solder on the right speakers. There was a left positive, a left negative, right positive, and a right negative. And I went ahead and just used one side because with the soldering equipment I had, there was no way I could solder that fine and that tiny. I mean, it was just little teeny solders. So I was able to get on 2, and I combined the left and the right audio through an auxiliary cord. So I'm just running basically mono, which I don't really care. It's in a Suburban, who cares? And then I ran an HDMI cord, which you can see comes out right here, up through all the headliner, down, around, up into here. And then I've got a Fire Stick inside here that's powered by my USB port up there. And then I ran the auxiliary, like a 10-foot auxiliary, all the way around up under the carpet to right there, which plugs into my stereo, my deck on the auxiliary end. So now I have audio in on my Suburban, and I have video working with HDMI in here, and I can use my phone and stuff too. So as you can see, Fire Stick works great. Audio's working. I mean, it's slow. This is an old Fire Stick, but it's kids are going to be happy. The audio is a little bit crackly. It's not horrible, but if you turn it up, you can tell probably my soldering job. It's a little bit static, but honestly, it's pretty good overall. So anyways, with that said, I'm thankful I had this thing done. Also, it didn't quite cover the whole hole of the original flip down, so I have a piece of tape right here right now, just temporarily until I come up with some type of plastic or stainless steel metal or something I'll paint and screw up here so it covers it. But I've got the auxiliary aux ins up here so I can pull them down if I want to plug one of those in. But anyways, I'm giving this thing 2 stars. It works. The screen's great. It is good quality. But the quality control of the inside is junk. And the fact that they've got audio out capabilities and they don't do it, and the fact that it showed up with the wires soldered wrong, be careful when you get this. You might be in for a little bit of a hack job if you get it. So just be aware.
Finding Nemo might piss off your kid. You know, you don't want that. So what I did, I took this apart and I realized that this model was like the old ones that had an aux out. All they did was broke the connector and removed the aux out, the audio out, the right and left. And I took it apart and I cut the glue out that they just pretty much shot it with glue. I saw, oh, look, they're right there. The pins are right there. And they were also accessible there. And you can't see what I did there exactly, but I soldered it right and left. And put some hot glue to support it. It's not pretty, whatever. Problem is, when you do that, turn my test speaker on. 25-foot cable I ran. Let's see if it'll come up. Yep. Static, and it sounds like crap. Which means there is audio there, but they made it difficult. And any common electrician would know this, but you know, I just found it amusing that I could, to fix that, just ground it. Found this is a ground pin right here. There we go, sorry, that's the ground. And this is just a test cable. I'm gonna ground it. Fixed. I made an ounce out of it. Screw this company. I'm gonna charge $200 extra for it. Disconnect it. Bad. Good.